Welcome to episode 9 of the Minisodes of Founder Diaries. Thank you so much for being here. This is the first episode you're watching. There are so many more you've missed. Please go on our channel and make sure to catch up on everything. On today's episode, we are talking about planning. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're spending too much time planning. Once I get an idea, I like to put the balls into motion as quickly as possible. They say money loves speed, and I like to actually do it in a systematic way in that what is the next step that will require me to do this? I try not to think of having the whole idea fleshed out, knowing exactly how it's going to work out, because the first I implement it, the faster I know what I'm going to need and how I'm going to move forward, as opposed to trying to think through the whole thing for a long time. I had been saying I'm going to start a podcast for years, but when I finally said, okay, enough is enough, let's start, the first thing I did was first I called Charles and told him, I'm blocking you for these dates we're shooting the podcast. And then I put it on my calendar. I didn't know where we were shooting. I didn't know who I was shooting with. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. Like, I knew generally it was going to be about business, but I didn't have all the specifics figured out. But getting that first ball in motion, it like made sure things are going to happen. Because now I've locked someone in for these dates, so I kind of have to execute the idea in totality. You get what I mean? And I know sometimes people get kind of frozen in the planning stage. One, because it feels comfortable, because we've not had to put anything to the world yet, and you can just exist in your mind, or the whole idea or concept can just live in your brain before you actually put it out into the world. And I get it. It's scary to put something out there because you don't know how people are going to perceive it, if it's going to work up the way that you want to, if it's going to do well, if it's going to do badly, kind of like with this podcast. But all you can do is just put it out there and hope for the best, as opposed to letting the idea constantly live in your mind. So I want to challenge you to take out a piece of paper or your phone, open your notes app, and write down what it is, that one thing. It's the one thing that you have been holding off from doing because you're like, I don't have the right strategy yet, I don't have this yet, and you're just seriously over planning it. Write it down and then identify what's one thing you can do tomorrow to get that ball rolling. And before you know it, things are going to be in place. So here are some simple habits or simple ways that can help you kind of get into that momentum of executing as soon as you get the idea. One, move before you feel ready. You never feel ready, and that's exactly the point. Number two, launch ugly, refine in public. It doesn't have to be a perfect product. Launch and let your customers tell you what you need to tweak. Obviously, launch as good of a version as you possibly can, but don't hang on to it for this elusive idea of perfection. Number three, set a timer when you plan. If your planning needs days, the project is too abstract. Make it simpler, make it more practical. And then next, ask what's the most smallest possible next step and where you can onboard help. So for instance, with planning the guests, I simply sent my PA the list of who I needed, and we're able to lock everyone down into our calendar. So try and also eliminate as many tasks from yourself as possible, because we all know we can be that impediment to our businesses. So try and eliminate that as much as possible and delegate those tasks to as many people as you actually can. And you'll find that actually involving your team in the process helps them kind of own the project as well, and that's going to give you that benefit. So what's that one thing you have been procrastinating or just spending too much time in the planning stage? Let us know in the comments. We'll hold you accountable and tell us what's your next step to get you started or get the ball rolling to actually execute that idea. Make sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and see you next time. Bye. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Beauty Square KE. Beauty Square was my first full-blown business and the brand that pulled me into entrepreneurship and shaped so much of what I share here. In many ways, this podcast is an ode to that journey, the lessons, the growth, and the courage to start before everything was figured out. At Beauty Square, we're passionate about helping everyone become a skin expert, offering authentic products from TikTok favorites to proven solutions for acne, dark spots, and more, with a team ready to guide you through all the right choices. Visit us at our CBD or Lavington branches for expert treatments like facials, waxing, body scrubs, and massages from our sister brand Sage. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at beautysquare.ke and at Sage Skin, spelled SAGESKNN. And thank you for tuning in.